At Club Automation, we know your ultimate goal is for your club to be the linchpin of your community. Yes, you want to be your members' one and only workout facility, but you also want your cafe to be their go-to pick for lunch. You want your spa to be their haven for an afternoon of self-care. And you want your pool to be their summertime family hangout. In short, your club should be your community's unofficial meeting spot, their home away from home. The problem is, with so many fitness businesses competing for your members' attention, you need to provide a world-class experience that will set your club apart from the rest. To do that, you need a comprehensive club management solution that will support and advance every aspect of your club. Built by club owners for club owners, Club Automation fully understands the unique challenges that clubs face today. That's why more top 100 clubs trust Club Automation over any other software provider to surface data insights for better decision-making, increase efficiencies to scale and stabilize operations, retain revenue for sustainable growth, and deliver first-rate experiences throughout the entire member lifecycle journey. With Club Automation, your success is made simple with 3 key outcomes. 1, you can manage all your club processes in a single, easy-to-use location that will drive stable operations and sustainable growth. 2, you'll gain better insights into the ins and outs of your club so decision-making is a cinch. And finally, 3, you'll build and foster stronger relationships that create a loyal member base. Club Automation, together with CSI Spectrum and MotionSoft, part of the club division of Daxco, offers the most extensive continuum of member-based solutions on the market today. We know no two clubs are the same, so our goal is to help you find the perfect fit to drive your club's needs. Are you ready to see your club become the linchpin of your community? With Club Automation, it's finally time for your club to take center stage.
Something I want to pass on to someone starting with Club Automation is be ready for a fun time. They take an extra step and really get to know our organization, and so just working with them, it just feels so natural. We work closely together to make sure that we are providing the best experience for our members, which is a huge part of why we love Club Automation.
Hi everyone, I am Allison Rand, VP of Marketing for Vita Fitness, and I'm happy to join the panel today and share some of my experiences and thoughts on marketing today. So let's jump right in. One of the main things I wanted to talk about today is just the way paid media has evolved. So now that you're dealing with so many people who are not ready to come back into a gym, I've really changed my paid media strategy. I'm focusing more on low funnel opportunities like Google search terms that are perhaps more expensive, like gyms in my area, versus focusing on high funnel affinity campaign leads that are harder to convert. And we found that even though it's more expensive and you may get less leads, they're better leads and it's more efficient for your sales team. It's still important to drive all sorts of kinds of leads, but in this day and age when people may not even want to come into a gym, I'm really looking for the type of lead that's ready. Our storytelling has definitely evolved because for all of us, we know how important it is to communicate that gyms are safe and clean and we have protocols in place. So we want to tell that story, but we are also weaving in the other value propositions. So we want you to know we're clean, but also we want you to know that Vita is a really special place to be. And we've done that by updating all of our evergreen campaigns to thread in the protocol, but to still tell the story of like who we are. And to that end, it's important to make everything interesting and compelling, even if you're talking about ventilation. So we're always working with how we can tell the story through more interesting graphics and video to talk about something that may not seem sexy, but people really care about air purification. Another thing that we're really focused on is when and how to do discounting. So many of you guys have experienced this. People are looking for safe, clean clubs. They're not as focused on price. So weaving in a discount in a way that still tells all the rest of the story without being like sale, sale, sale. We're also doing something that I'm really excited about. I wish I had thought of it myself, but credit goes to Aaron Moore and the programming team. We're doing a product called Odyssey by Vita. And what that is unlimited virtual and pre-recorded live workouts along with unlimited outdoor workouts. So you get the people that aren't ready to be in a gym and you say to them, okay, here's our virtual product. It's great, but it's a lot like other virtual products. However, you can also come to our outdoor workouts at every location. And so you're going to do all of the things that you like to do, get to know us, and come to Vita twice in a month as a guest pass. And that will hopefully get people more engaged and get them starting to feel more and more comfortable in the club. We are charging $49 a month for it, but the first 3 months are half off. So it's still a little too soon to have a lot of results. And it's something we never really would have thought of pre-COVID, but I think that it's a great opportunity to draw people in. I really want to focus quickly on photos. I don't know if any of you guys have been watching a movie on Netflix and you're like, wow, those people's faces are really close together. I'm not used to seeing two people's faces too close together. And that's because we're so used to seeing people in a mask now. And so it's really important that you think about your photos and all of your marketing assets and you update them to tell the story of now. People expect to see the mask, even if they're not thinking about it. It's going to tell them that they are safe to come back. And then the last thing, Vita's known for events. Events have always been a large part of our marketing strategy, and that hasn't changed at all. So now we just have to make our events more thoughtful. So you might have to book your visit to come to our event. We might have to make sure that the events are more spread out. But events are still a core part of who we are and what we do. So we've been doing open houses once a month, and it's a great way to also get your frozen and your canceled members back into the club to experience how safe it is with the no strings attached opportunity to work out. And so it's see our community, feel it, and then hopefully join. And so these are a lot of things that worked in the past, and now you're reinventing them in a new way, but you still sort of have the same success. So thanks for listening. I tried to speak really quickly, and I hope you have a great day.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kay Marzoni. I'm the Director of Marketing and Public Relations for Fitness Formula Clubs. We have 11 locations in the Chicagoland area. And like you, the last 8 months for us have been a real roller coaster. So I want to take you all through 5 ways that we've been able to successfully market in the COVID era. We're going to go back to basics and talk about phone calls and member referrals. We're going to talk about leveraging technology with email segmentation and going virtual. And finally, I want to talk about the hottest new audience to target. So let's get into it. So phone calls, just picking up the phone, right? One of the most basic things you can do as a business. We did this 3 different ways. While we were shut down, we actually made wellness check calls to our top spenders and our net promoters. We did this with a skeleton staff. It took a couple of months, but wow, were people blown away. And it really set us up for success as we reopened our doors. In Illinois and in Chicago, we were allowed to open our doors on July 1st. So it really helped people get that connection with us and knew that we really cared about us. We gave everyone a 2-month no cost freeze. And then our next call campaign were members that were on those no cost freezes the latter half of August. And we called every single one of them, invited them back into the club for a welcome home tour, or gave them other freeze options. The goal here was to not have them cancel. And we were wildly successful with that. And then finally, the most recent way we're using phone calls is we're just picking up the phone and calling first-time members back into the club. It's been great for retention. It's a real surprise and delight item. We get great testimonials, like the testimonials you see on the screen. And it really helps with member referrals. So another back to basics this is member referrals, right? Members who have returned to the club have friends that are like-minded. And just a few weeks ago, we decided to offer them an easy way to refer their friends. We're giving a 3-day trial away. Our guest pass is $20. A 3-day trial is worth $60, and that's how we're marketing it. We've gotten hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads this way, and it's a constant source. So we've been really happy with that. We've also been doing a new member referral program as well, offering some promotional bucks, if you will, for people to spend. So just those two items, phone calls and member referrals, are easy, no cost, low cost ways to successfully market right now. Now I'm going to get into email segmentation. We really use our email platform more than we ever have before. We are speaking to our active members differently than we're speaking to our freeze members, than we're speaking to our canceled members. Our active members, we're speaking to female members different from male members. The example you see on the screen is a female survey that we sent out to all active females. Really helped us up the amount of women that were coming back to the club. So that's been really great. We've also been remarketing with email on our website, asking people to schedule tours or join the club. Really, segmentation allows you to produce better content, increase your open rate, nurture your pipeline better, and gain net memberships. And your sales departments are going to love it, because all it does is help them. It helps get people through the funnel and ready to buy faster. Next up, I just want to talk about going virtual. I know that's one of the hottest things we can talk about right now. We had developed an app, FFC On Demand, that launched in December of 19. So we were able to offer live stream classes, on-demand workouts, nutrition advice, one-on-one training. And since we've been open, we've now launched a virtual membership program. So we're really excited about that. We also offer live stream classes on Facebook and Instagram. All of those things, all of those virtual options are going to be a must as we get into 2021. You've got to be able to talk to people both virtually and within your brick and mortar business. So going virtual is a big priority of ours. Finally, I want to talk to everybody about the hottest new audience to target, and that is our elected officials, right? Because they're really controlling whether or not we stay open, and the ultimate goal is to stay open. So the photos you see here are our elected officials, mayors, aldermen. We invited them into the clubs. We wanted them to see how clean they were. Join your task forces, create state alliances, talk to your Congress people. Staying open is the #1 priority. So that is an audience we can no longer refuse to ignore. That's it. Those are my 5 ways that we're marketing in the post-COVID era. Thanks so much. We're all in this together, and good luck, everybody.
Hi everyone, my name is Maria Morton and I am the brand manager for Club Automation, CSI Spectrum, and MotionSoft. Today I'm going to quickly explore the growing importance of a personal approach that we've seen in recent marketing, and also ways that you can scale your efforts while still maintaining that personal approach that your community needs. So oftentimes when people think about marketing, they immediately think driving new prospects. And that's true, but that's really only one part of the story. Marketing is not just about driving new prospects to your club. It's about promoting your brand to your current customers throughout their entire member life cycle so that they can eventually become your raving fans. Now, why is this important? As I'm sure you all know, organic referrals are one of the tried and tested best ways to get new prospects. And more often than not, these new prospects, encouraged by the positive words of your current clients, will become some of your most loyal members. So, how can you use marketing to turn current members into raving lifelong fans, especially now that they aren't coming into the gym as often? A personal approach is key to successful marketing and successfully communicating with your members. You know, long gone are the days where we could jump up on our soapbox and shout about our club services to anyone within earshot. That ploy just doesn't work anymore. Instead, we need to speak, not shout. We need to initiate personalized conversations with our members, not only reminding them of what we're doing, but also show the care and consideration we have for their health and well-being. So there are a few ways that we've seen clubs achieve this recently. So first of all is addressing their community with video walkthroughs. This is a great way to gain face time with your members and members of your staff team. And it's also an excellent way to highlight all the additional steps that you're taking to ensure their safety and security. The second way is member surveys or net promoter scores to get feedback. The best way to know how to serve your members is your members themselves. This also highlights how much you care about their opinions and their feedback as well. And then the final way, and this is a little bit outside of the box, but we've seen a few clubs leverage incentive programs. And this is a great way to show your members how much you appreciate them, and also a great way to incentivize members to keep their membership going during these challenging months. Now, I can imagine you nodding your head right now and thinking, personal approach, I love a personal approach in marketing. But then I can see you thinking about how much work a personal approach can take and how much you already have on your plate. So how can we balance these two things? Technology. Let technology help you personalize your marketing. One of our strongest held beliefs is that utilizing technology in your outreach and member communication actually enables human interaction. And we've seen a number of the clubs we work with leverage technology to achieve just this, specifically a member engagement assistant powered by artificial intelligence. So what does a member engagement assistant do? Most clubs are already using a marketing platform to organize mass email campaigns for their members. A member engagement assistant just takes that up to the next level by replacing impersonality with individualized attention. Rather than simply updating members through a mass email campaign, a member engagement assistant can send personalized emails addressed from an individual and engage with hundreds of members at once in a conversation. The best thing, they can even use findings from their conversations to suggest best next steps. So, as an example of how we've seen a member engagement assistant used recently, one of our customers in Delaware had previously used their assistant for alumni outreach, reaching out to members who had previously left their club. However, when COVID hit, they decided to pivot their approach and instead use their assistant to initiate conversations, thanking current members for their continued support and asking for candid feedback on returning. And the feedback that they received and the response they got is awesome, and I really want to share it with you today. So according to the club, the feedback that they received from conversations with their assistant was different than what they received in the survey because the members thought they were actually interacting with a human. And this is something that we hear quite often with AI. So the members were able to make requests and ask questions, which helped the club dive deeper into their thoughts and concerns, enabling them to better serve their community as a whole. And that's our end goal, really. So, in summary, right now, your members are craving health and they are craving community and they are craving personal care. If your marketing efforts can make them feel confident in your commitment to driving their individual health and well-being, they are certain to become raving lifelong fans and will bring in even more loyal members to your facility in the months and years to come. So, thank you all for your time. If you'd like more information, feel free to stop by our website, clubautomation.com. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. My name is Marissa Hoff, and I'm thrilled to be giving you my perspective on marketing. I am the Director of Operations for the Empower Group. Before that, for 10 years, I was a Group X instructor. I was the General Manager for a health club here in Southern California called Stevenson Fitness, and I had a chance to do all kinds of things during that time. For the last few years with the Empower Group, we've been consulting with fitness businesses around the world. And I'm thrilled that next month we will be launching a new brand here in the US. It's called Be Military Fit. And it's the premier outdoor boot camp coming from the UK that we're bringing to California. So I'm super excited that we'll be doing that next month. So let's talk a little bit about marketing. The key component today is engagement. It always has been, but now more so than ever. And you're engaging with your consumers in a variety of ways, through email, through text, etc. But now social media is going to be really important. And here's a great quote about customer engagement and how it's the emotional connection between a brand and a consumer. And that's what we're striving for. So we're going to talk specifically about 3 aspects of engagement on social media: how to recruit new members to your community, your brick and mortar, your virtual community, whatever that might be; how to retain those customers once they're with you; and then how to get those customers to refer new people to you. So let's talk about how you recruit members. The first thing you want to do is you make sure you follow or like all complimentary local businesses in your community. Of course, it could be your Lululemon, your Lorna Jane, the smoothie shop, the vitamin shop, any of those. You're going to follow and like them on Instagram and Facebook, and you're going to engage with them. One of our clients did a great job. She's doing that with our local animal shelter, and they're going to do a great event this coming weekend, and that's engaging in the community, recruiting new people. Then you want to make sure that you follow or like fans of competitors. Now, this same client is doing that for other competitors in the fitness space here in our community. She follows and friends the people that are following them. And then the most important thing is to make sure that you're engaging with them on social media on a regular basis. Make that time every day to engage with those consumers in a meaningful way, not in a salesy way. And by the way, make sure you respond to everything on a really, really regular basis. In order to retain your members, you want to make sure that you really recruit your staff to engage with and friend with your members, and then encourage them to interact, to post, to tag. All of those things are going to be really important in keeping the connection between your brand and your members. Then you want to make sure you create content that informs and inspires. So many times I see brands doing stuff that's all sales, like I have a special, we're selling this supplement, all these things that are not inspiring or informing your members. You want to make sure that your content does that, and you're going to use your insight to show what's actually working. So use those insights. And then finally, you want to make sure that you regularly feature staff and members in your posts. They want to see the human side of your brand. Our best posts when we were doing Stevenson Fitness were when we were showing work anniversaries for our staff, or tagging members who've had success, or just doing a class. It was a great way to get reach and engagement. And again, that's going to go to retention. And then you want to make sure you provide opportunities to refer. So you're going to encourage your members to post about you on a regular basis, which informs the community about you. This is user-generated content. So you're going to do check-in challenges where they're tagging your location. You can do other contests where you might use a branded hashtag. We had one that was called Why Stevenson for a long time. The local client that I was talking about does Hardcore Strong, but anything that encourages them to post. And then you want to create spaces for them to do that. So whether it's a physical location, some sort of cool little template that they can share on social, but anything that gets them active. And finally, you're going to use testimonials. Testimonials are a great way to get referrals. So you can get them coming out of class, and they can talk about how safe they feel, how clean it is, and every reason why they love to be a part of your brand. All of those are things that you're going to use to make sure that you're referring through your membership base. And that's a great way to market. So that's my quick 5-minute take on marketing. You can always reach out to me, friend me on Facebook at Marissa Hoff. You can do the same thing on LinkedIn. And if you want to reach out via email, it's Marissa with one S at stevensonempowers.com. Thanks so much for joining me, and have a great conference.
Hi, this is Meredith DeAngelis. I am the Chief Marketing Officer at the Village Health Clubs and Spas. Today, I'm going to give you some marketing perspectives on how to use news and health studies to drive memberships for your club. So what you'll want to do is focus on local and national news stories to use them for your advertising content. So what we started doing with everything with COVID was really monitoring your news feed. Now you can do this yourself, or you can also have a PR company do that for you. But you really want to make sure you're capturing all the stories that are involved with our industry. And then you'll also want to put together press releases. Press releases are so important because you really want to stay top of mind on the news, and you want to focus on a few things. So absolutely, you want to focus on fitness is essential, but also explaining why, talking about how it helps the immune system, it helps with people's mental health. And then you'll also want to talk about employment, and that really applies well for local news as far as how many people have jobs related to the fitness industry. It definitely helps if you can partner with a fitness alliance. That also helps the media to have one source to go to for all of that, and then you can use all of those stories and data for the industry. You'll want to share third-party data as well. So there's lots of studies now coming out that's helping our industry that focuses on, that people are not getting COVID in gyms, the fact that you're able to track members and trace people. There's just a lot of data coming out that really is helping us share with people that story of how important fitness is and how important it is to keep health clubs open. And then something you want to keep in mind too is the human interest stories are also so important. So you don't want to be just thought of as a business. You want people to know the person behind the business, your employees. For example, we just had a story run in the Phoenix Business Journal on our president. And majority of the story is talking about, her career and how she built our clubs and just kind of a great human interest story. But of course, then the reporter talked about, how COVID has impacted the business and what we can do there. And then another thing that we've done that has really generated some positive PR is holding health events. So we've had COVID rapid tests done in our parking lots. We're going to be doing flu shots. And then one thing we've done that went really well was doing in-body testing for the community. So it's open to the public, and you basically have people come in and do their in-body tests and get a health check to make sure that they're staying healthy during this time, and then talk to our personal trainers about how to make sure that they're taking care of their fitness. So once you gather all of this data and these stories, you've got a few key target markets, and you want to change your story for each group. So you'll want to make sure you're sharing all of this with your members who are currently using the club. And the reason for that is you want to make sure that they still have confidence in coming into the club, that they're still checking in and using the club. And, these stories and this data is really making sure that you're taking experts and authority and, trusted sources and sharing that data with your members. This will also help with word of mouth and with your referral programs being stronger. Your next target market will be members on freeze or on hold. So you'll shift that story a little bit about giving them the confidence to start coming back, why they should be taking care of themselves and hitting their fitness goals. And then canceled members, similar message as to your freeze members, is making sure that cancels, you want to get them back and use this data to help get them back. And then for prospects, you want to make sure that prospects feel safe about coming back. It builds their confidence and they're more likely to join your club or health club if they feel more comfortable. So you really want to make sure you spread the word. So getting the news stories on TV and in local publications is one thing, but you definitely want to make sure that you're taking all this data and you're doing email campaigns, social media, and blogs. Now, when you're doing your email campaigns, you want to break it out into 3 categories. The first segment is going to be the news story and the data and a quick synopsis with links to the actual segment and links to the actual content. The second piece is how your company is addressing that. So we've made videos of tours to show how we're doing safe check-ins. We've done interviews with our group fitness directors on what it's like coming back to classes. So you want to personalize it to what you're doing and how it relates to your business. And then at the end is really your call to action. So your call to action needs to be members can bring a guest and then everybody else giving them a one-day trial to come and try the club. So it's also important to keep in mind mixing up the content. So everybody digests material differently. So you want to make sure you've got a mix of videos, infographics, white papers, member testimonials, and statistics. So a variety of different data sharing. And then finally, be consistent. So you want to email twice a month to these groups, social media once a day, and then blogs twice a month. So making sure that you're consistent and sharing stuff. So that's all I have to share with you guys today. I hope that this content helps you. It definitely has helped us bring members off freeze, and we've gotten lots of thank yous from our existing members. So I think using news to help drive memberships will help you be successful. Thank you.
Well, everyone, that wraps up an amazing first day of the Future of Fitness event. I hope you got as much out of this day as I did. Many of our sessions today are related to how COVID-19 has affected the industry and where the industry needs to move forward. All of the sessions will be available tomorrow on demand in case you missed any. But you may want to wait to watch those because tomorrow is packed with a ton of sessions you won't want to miss. We'll start the day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with 3 10-minute sessions on how COVID-19 has changed the industry in the areas of staffing, programming, and insurance. Then we'll have a session on how to improve the industry's reputation, as well as a session from IHRSA's Brent Darden and Alexandra Black-Larkham about the latest COVID-19 research. You'll have to watch one of those two sessions on demand because they are up against each other and they are both packed with great information. Joe Cerulli of Gainesville Health and Fitness will share how to make your club more welcoming to the traditional non-joiner. And Free Motion enlisted James McPartland, author and coach, to talk about the path to reinvention. We also have sessions from other sponsors tomorrow, including one from Therabody on creating a recovery experience, one from Physical CEO Rob Lander and Richard Carroll from Third Space on personalizing the experience at your club for the 4 generations. There's another one from ABC Fitness Solutions CEO Bill Davis on how technology can be your secret weapon to boost your business. And ABC will also sponsor tomorrow's keynote address by Liz Bohannon, founder of Seiko Design, a socially conscious fashion brand. Liz will share how she crushed the disruption of COVID-19 and how you can too. And Chris Clausen of Life Fitness will be on a session with Steve Therrett of Club Intel, sharing research that Club Intel has done, showing what members want in the age of COVID-19. You don't want to miss that one. We also have a great session in the afternoon on why the industry's survival will require health club alliances. That session will be moderated by Al Noshavani of MotionSoft and will include 3 top club leaders who helped create alliances in their states. Those leaders are Gail Landers, Joanna Maslowski, and Scott Gillespie. And I don't want to leave out a session on the technology and trends to adopt now for success in 2025, or 2 great, although short sessions of 10 minutes each, one on 5 easy marketing ideas presented by Casey Conrad, and the other on 5 programming ideas for today's members presented by Dory Nugent. So the last session of the day tomorrow focuses on how the future of the industry is green and how clubs can move to become more sustainable. So it's a lot to talk about, a lot to take in for one day, but we hope you can join us. And now that the sessions for today are over, I encourage you to take a moment to go to the Sponsor Hub, where some of the sponsors are hosting videos, downloadable information, sessions, and meetups. Please check that out if you have questions and want to learn more from one of the sponsors. Because unfortunately, as you know, without the ability these days to meet in person, this hub may be the next best thing you have to get your product and service questions answered by professionals. So for everyone at Club Industry and CIBEC, I'm Pamela Kufal, and I want to thank you for attending today. I want to thank all of our sponsors as well. We will see you tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good rest of your day.